Hi, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Paddy Venner. Welcome to the You Revolution. I do try and drop a couple of videos in here every week, and so if you subscribe to the channel, that'll be really helpful, and hopefully you'll find these comments valuable. And please do comment in the comments section. If there's anything you'd like me to cover, please, by all means, you're welcome to suggest a few topics. Please do visit the website as well. I do offer private coaching for those that might be interested. I just wanted to tell a story today, just to cause us to maybe just pause for a moment and think about our own lives. But a story was told of a man who was traveling in his car through a suburban area in a city, and suddenly a brick hit the car. Obviously, he was very concerned. He had quite a nice car. Certainly, it didn't need a brick thrown against it. And he stopped the car, got out of the car, ran over to the sidewalk, really angry to remonstrate with whoever had done this vandalous deed. And there was a young boy, probably about 10 years old, with tears in his eyes. And next to him, what was obviously an older brother who had fallen out of a wheelchair, lying on the pavement. The wheelchair was on its side. And this young boy was saying, "Sir, I am so terribly sorry. I'm sorry for what I did to your car. But I was desperate. My brother's fallen out of his wheelchair and nobody will stop and help us. And out of absolute desperation, I picked up a brick and I threw it at the first car that came along, and it happened to be yours. And I was desperate for attention. I need somebody to help me get my brother back into his wheelchair." And obviously the man helped him to do so and set them on their way. And when he got back into his car, he thought to himself, I wonder how many times life has to throw a brick into our pathway just for us to actually pay attention to what we need to pay attention to. I wonder if we don't get so busy sometimes that we actually lose out on the little things along the way that actually need our attention. I usually call it the urgent crowding out the important. The important things are there waiting to be done, but something urgent crops up. And by the way, the urgent things are usually not that urgent. A phone call, somebody, they've got an urgent crisis. Well, in fact, it could have waited a little bit longer. It's not that urgent. It might be important, but when we start to engage with things that we call urgent, we're actually leaving out the important things. I think sometimes life has got a way of throwing a brick in our pathway. And that can take on any form, any sort of a crisis, any moment that causes us to stop, to pause for a moment, to take stock of our lives and say, what is it that I'm missing? Because I'm running at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I'm so focused on something else that life has to throw a brick just to get me to stop and cause me to sit down and say, what am I doing? Are there certain things that need to go? Are there certain things that I've taken on board that I need not take on board? Are there some relationships that need to end? What am I doing? Does life have to throw a brick at us just to get our attention? Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon.